Hey there everyone, so today we've got another garden update, and yeah, it's really sunny out, so sorry if the videoing's not the best, but I want to show you guys. I pulled out all my radishes, and well, that's because they were all bolting, so that's that, and no spinach left. I also take care of the compost pile there. Check this out, little baby tomatoes coming in. We should have some tomatoes soon. And look at this, I've got a whole army of little ladybugs. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's a whole bunch of them over here. Look, there's another one. And then I got my kales over here. This isn't doing as good as it did my first year here. This stuff here is doing pretty awesome. I did a lot of kale this year because I wanted to test out and see which ones I like. And then I've got red lettuces, which are doing okay. Not the greatest, but I think if I put them closer together, like you see these ones that are close together here and here, look at how well those are doing compared to the ones that are a little more spread out. So I definitely got to remember to put them closer together. My pepper and pepper, those two are not doing so well. However, they were kind of shaded out by the radishes, so hopefully that will improve. My carrots are just little dinky things right now. Let's see if I can find a couple here to show you what size they are. See, there's little dinky things and very, very close together. And then we come over here, we got more carrots. Look at this. Banana peppers. Another ladybug. And look at this. This one plant has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 banana peppers on it. And this tomato plant is finally having some tomatoes on it too. It's got plenty of flowers. The main project for the day, however, is the mushroom logs. And I'm finally going to be soaking those. And I'm soaking them in this gigantic thing here. So I've actually got to slide them in, biggest to smallest, into there. I'm not too hopeful I'm going to get much. However, there does seem to be a little mycelium. I want to see if you can see that lighter part right there. There's a few spots like that on some of these logs, but not as much as what I'm seeing in a lot of these other videos and stuff. So I'm not too horribly hopeful. Alright, so now I got the logs into it. And as you see, they're not all kind of even. So what I'm going to end up doing is once this water gets filled up a ways and these logs start getting counterbalanced or whatever from the water, I'm hopefully going to be able to move them around a little bit to be able to make them all fit with the lid closed. Because then I have to take something like this here and shove it on top of the lid so that the logs stay submerged. We have sprung a leak. So I got to figure out how to soak these logs because that's not going to work. Worked last year perfectly fine, just not going to this year. So I guess I'll be back with an answer once I have one. So I tried to make myself a little pool with a $3 tarp that I went and picked up. And it was working until the water got so high and shifted the logs and I ended up with holes. I was pretty positive that the duct tape wasn't gonna stop the water from coming out, but I had to try it anyways because at this time I'm kind of desperate for a way to get that soaking. I ended up taking the hose out, turning off the water, and I just kind of left it there because there was a few logs, as you can see, that were kind of submerged, and I figured that was better than nothing. Alright, so it is now a few days later, and it actually rained the day after I had set that up, so therefore I just kind of let the logs sit out at night, and well, basically I'm calling that good. But this is what I ended up with. I took a couple of big timber, landscape timber things. So as you can see, what I did is this one right here is in the ground. This one and this one are just leaning. And I simply just draped the shade over it. And I have the main hose going up here. and then the drip hose coming down to lay on top. And the drip hose is set for about 3 minutes every 6 hours. And that seems to be leaving it pretty wet still. And so far, I have no mushrooms. Hopefully we get some mushrooms. If not, well, then it just wasn't meant to be. And I'm okay with that, at least I tried. And the rest of the garden is, well, pretty much the same as you saw it last time. However, the plants have gotten bigger and there are more weeds. The pepper plants are definitely looking better from when I had pulled the radishes out of there. And as you see, look at this bed right here is definitely the most productive so far, and probably will be this year. But other than that, that's the mushroom log update. And well, yeah, that's about it. So until next time, you guys all have a good one.